go.
Hello everybody, I'm your host this week, Charlie, he, them, and this is your weekly reminder to punch a Nazi in the face. And with me
A Spirit
is...
A Spirit King, founder and chief editor of AceAnimeReviews.com. I use he, him pronouns, and once again, we are recording The Sims, as you can see, except, just kidding, no we're not, that's a screenshot. We are streaming and playing Final Fantasy XIV! I dropped the microphone, I was so excited. Anyway, Noah's not with us today because they're tired out from school.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be back when they have more energy.
Yeah.
AceAnimeReviews.com is exactly where it says on the tin, a review site specializing in anime, though we also cover movies, video games, and whatever else we feel like. Our most recent article was by Whomst?
It was by Memest.
By Whomst?
By Memest. It was a review of... It was a review of Onimai, which is a gender bender manga that I expected to be much worse than it was. Which is not to say that it was good or really worth reading, but it wasn't bad. Or I mean, well, not bad in the gross way of bad. It was just bad in the boring way of bad.
Yes, it did not follow the route you expected, but also it was not good.
No.
This is a funny intro where we'd like to shout out our newest supporters on Patreon, but as we do not have any, we'll instead move on to doing our brief and good Patreon plug.
Yeah.
Our Patreon is patreon.com/n/AceAnimeReviews. I know what I said. At the $1 tier, you'll be granted early access to our weekly reviews, be able to watch the recordings of these discussions as soon as they finish uploading instead of waiting until Saturday, and the ability to vote in any polls we decide to put up. At $5, you'll be invited to join our Discord channel, where you can chat with us and or other patrons about anime, video games, manga, or whatever else. Usually Pacific Rim, as Noah is posted.
Yeah.
At $10, you'll be able to nominate books for the Ace Anime Book Club, as well as being automatically entered into a monthly drawing to join us for one of these weekly discussions. And at $1,000, was it?
$5,000.
Yes, at $1,000, we will officially hire our chief editor, Tiger Lily, to decide when and when we do not stream.
Yeah, but right now they're deputy editor, so I got a Fantasia to, so Nori is going to retire being our Final Fantasy XIV character, and Tiger Lily will take her place. Because she's the deputy editor, Tiger Lily.
Aww, see, like that you got a job. Start paying rent.
Yep.
That's all the boring stuff done. Let's get into it.
Alrighty. I need to, be writing these timestamps down. Hold on a second. So I can put chapters. So 51 for the intro. No, wrong button. And then 330. 0.51. 3.30. Close enough. Okay. Yeah, so. Which way?
There were in fact 2 people I wanted to punch in the face this week.
Were there?
Yes, on 2 different anime.
Oh, alrighty. Let's hear them. Let's hear the first one.
On Aquatope, the guest student who really only came to that aquarium because she wanted to boost her own fucking ego instead of actually learn anything.
Yeah. Who decided that since their Kukuru is a teenager, she must not be taking it seriously.
Yeah, because people, talk to each other and are enjoying themselves. They must not give a shit about the fish.
The aquarium is a fully integrated part of the community, and that's bad for some reason. Is Tiger Lily big or small?
Average.
Average? Okay, then I'll put this
She just looks big on all of her pictures. It's her secret talent.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I get where she's coming from. She did work hard, and
Yeah.
from her perspective, I guess, the atmosphere didn't suit what she was going for.
Yeah, plus Cuckoo just getting her job through nepotism probably grates a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, Cuckoo wasn't exactly welcoming.
Oh my god, I forgot to take us off the stream starting screen. Sorry about that.
Buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys, we came back just in time to see Tiger Lily's butt.
Aww.
Yeah.
She has a very bright white butt.
Yeah, so I'm trying to decide her, would you say that she has a fluffy tail or more of a regular tail?
A regular tail.
Alright, well, we'll go with this one.
She's got a big fluffy belly though.
Aww.
Wiggles when she walks.
Aww. Okay. Let's see, for hair color, should we do like dark brown with black highlights, or should we keep the pink hair highlights and just do dark brown hair?
Just a classic tabby.
Alright, so we'll do black and gray. How about gray hair?
Yeah.
We'll just do gray hair. And then brown skin. And that kind of gets it across, right?
Yeah. She's a
Or black.
beautiful old lady.
Gray hair with black highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And pigtails because anime.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright. Oh wait, we were talking about Akuto.
Yes, we were.
They're really trying hard to convince us that those lesbians aren't lesbians though.
They sure are. I mean, they'll mention the sister thing,
yeah.
but neither one is particularly into the idea.
Yeah.
Like, Kukuru wants a sister, but it doesn't have to be her.
Yeah, plus they were doing some hand holding in bed, and that's that's practically sex.
I know. I would never hold my siblings' hand
No.
or sleep in the same bed as them.
Let's see,
But that's just me.
which of these faces would you say is more Tiger Lily? Are you watching the
I
stream?
have no idea.
Would you say she's more... Let me look at that picture of Tiger Lily again. There you go. Looking very grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, very pretty. Alright.
He's a giant Uncle Dog.
Uh-huh.
And she's sleeping on her back.
Aww.
Cute. Oh, I just started.
Uh-oh. We'll do this
I
one.
need to stop. I need to stop getting distracted, and so do you, Aquato.
Akuto. So what I'm
We're
thinking...
not talking about this week's episode, right?
No, we're not. So my current theory is that the aquarium is going to close, and then Cuckoo will spend some time going to other aquariums like her grandpa did to learn.
Yeah, and then come back and reopen it.
Yeah.
New and better than ever.
Yeah. Her eyes are kind of like...
Because Cuckoo does have, she knows a lot, but she does have a lot of learning to do.
Yeah. I think this is probably closer to her eye color, like a little bit of the yellow and also a green. Would you say you're more familiar with?
Yeah.
The more like green yellow than straight up gold like Nori's?
Yeah, the yellow green.
Yeah, alrighty. We'll do that. Or maybe black. No. But yeah, I think that's probably likely. But you know, I still think that the aquarium might be doing better if they had like, I don't know, a marine biologist working there so they could get some like scientific research money coming in.
I know, right?
Yeah. But I guess that's just too much to ask.
I guess.
Yeah. Alright.
So, the second person I wanted to punch in the face was on Sunny Boy.
Sunny Boy. Was it
Shithead McGee was
War?
being mean.
who, War? Or Yamabiko?
The boy with the red shirt who's in love with the fake teacher.
Oh, yeah, him. Wait, are you talking about this week's or last week's? Because we're talking about last week's was the one with the dog's
but I said
backstory.
there were two people I wanted to punch in the face,
Yeah.
and now I've mentioned both of them.
Okay, so we haven't got.
Last week.
I haven't watched. Okay, last week was mostly just the dog boy's backstory.
Yeah. It was a thing.
Yeah. It was. I'm starting now. So I'm starting to think. So. Analyzing the show like thematically level is fun, but I'm also thinking that it might be fun also just to think of it as like, I guess kind of like the anime equivalent of word salad, you know, where all the scenes and the stuff, it's all there mostly just to be engaging, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything, you know? Like, it's the shape of the conversations is more important than the content or the meaning of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You said engaging, and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they'll put an idea across, but they don't really focus on it. They want you to.
Yeah, like there's not really
like brainwashing.
Like, it's nice to think about there being an overarching theme, but I don't think that there necessarily is one. I think it is mostly just a series of just ideas, you know? Of like, wouldn't it be cool if...
connected
Yeah.
ideas? Yeah. I mean, there is this sort of
It's like
growing up.
Yeah, it's a
and
general,
figuring
yeah.
yourself out.
The overall arcing theme is probably about like just the usual coming of age, and then each episode is more of a different aspect of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving her white lipstick and eyeshadow because she's got white markings on her chin and around her eyes.
Okay, that's pretty.
Yeah. See. Give her face paint. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah,
She's okay.
the not so perky girl anymore.
Yeah,
She has a name. I swear to God, she has
Nozomi?
a name. But if I could remember it,
it's Nozomi. I'd give you a way to remember that name, but that would involve revealing your dead name, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we'll just say that
yes.
there was a period a year or two ago where every anime had a Nozomi.
yeah.
Yeah.
The sulking is annoying.
Yeah. Well, she's
And it shouldn't be. It's very understandable sulking, but it's fucking annoying.
yeah. Which of these would you say is better? Option A or option B?
I cannot see, my love.
Oh. Bring up
I'm sorry.
You should bring up the stream and tell me.
Okay, one sec. Let's hope I don't make noise on my phone.
And in the meantime, we'll to continue talking about Sunny Boy, or do you want to?
Did you have any points you wanted to make about something?
You know, I might have.
Just zoned out that whole episode.
Yeah, let me look at my list, my notes. Cause I do take notes, and then I forget that I have.
Too long, but she's pretty.
Yeah. Well, cause she's got to have pigtails because it's anime. So A or B?
Oh, yeah.
Like this, or this one, or that one. Oh, I didn't take notes. Whoops.
The one on the outside.
This one?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Should we, let's look at, you want to look at the other pigtails and see if there's anything. Let's see. There's these kinds of pigtails. But they're not really anime enough. These are the only ones that are really super anime.
Yeah, go with the anime.
Yeah.
I mean, those are more funky fighter game girls.
Yeah.
Ones, right?
Yeah. And then, I don't know if I should give her a scar. Probably not.
Duke of Death was cute, and that's all there ever is.
Yeah, I made Duke of Death in The Sims. There's a recording of that on my YouTube.
Yeah, go watch that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give her a scar just because it's what's the word? What's the word? Gives her face.
It's a scar. It's on her belly.
Oh, see? So there. Well, I carried it over to her cheek.
That works.
Yeah. It's a charm point.
What is going on the streets?
Yeah.
She's my little street urchin.
Let's see, what should we save? Save slot 13. And there's Tiger Lily. Deputy Editor Tiger Lily. I'm trying to remember what happened. Oh! Yeah, in this episode, Alice got a little worked up thinking that, when is Tiger Lily's birthday?
February 9th. Yeah, Alice got a little worked up thinking the Duke was gonna abandon his family for her.
Yeah, which
I get she has issues with losing her mom, but it's not the same situation, like, at all.
yeah, like his. All right, so who's a good god for patron deity for? What'd you say for Tiger Lily? Change in space, soils and harvest, underworld.
Traveling one.
So the same one that she's got, Ocean. Okay. Alrighty.
She does love to wander.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very cute. Okay. Yeah. I mean, him saying that his mom is waiting for him, I'm not sure. Because the impression you get from the intro and what we got is that she straight up abandoned him and it just hasn't disowned him, maybe to save face, or just like, or just because she's hedging her bets against Walter being an idiot.
Headline, didn't she? You have to get rid of the curse by this point.
Yeah, maybe.
Your brother's gonna be the heir.
Did she? I don't recall that, but I imagine.
It's got something to do with his majority, reaching his majority.
Probably,
because
yeah.
he is technically underage.
Yeah. But
And speaking of underage, if someone you really like and who really likes you asks you not to do something, even if they seem to like it, don't fucking do that thing.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting a little annoyed at Alice.
Yeah, oh, he does like it. He's just, it's not that he doesn't like it, he's just worried that she'll get too close and he'll touch her and she'll die.
Yes, his reasons for asking her not to do it that have nothing to do with him not wanting it is because he's afraid.
Yeah.
And it's a reasonable fucking fear.
Yeah.
And they get so much closer every episode to actually touching that one of these days he's gonna touch her. I can see it happening.
Yeah. I'm thinking that this is going to be like a true love's kiss type thing where if he actually does touch her, it'll cure the curse. Because he's never touched a human. They just assume that it'll kill humans. Oh wait, I'd have to use another vintage to change the tail. Never mind. Gonna make the tail with the colored tip, but
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Dookie Boy and Alice need to have a big grown-up conversation about why maybe she doesn't want him to abandon his family, and also why he doesn't want her to touch him.
Yeah. Oh, well, he knows why she doesn't want her. Why he doesn't want her to touch him.
Yeah, they've discussed it, but I don't think it really sank in. more than, oh, that's so romantic. No, bitch, I just really don't want to fucking kill. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, I'm in love with you, but also I really don't want to fucking kill you.
Yeah, but then you gotta think back to that dance scene from a few episodes ago. That was kind of badass.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's rocking his disability.
yeah.
You could respect the accommodations he asks for. That would be nice. I mean, I think she does, in a way. She's very careful about never actually touching him, but
I think he's just a little bit.
saying, I'm not touching you with a man who could literally kill you by touching you,
Yeah.
maybe not the smartest thing.
Maybe not. It is cute though.
Yeah. I like them.
Yeah.
They just need to work on their communications and boundaries.
Yeah, but they're like still teenagers, so they've got room to grow.
And also, his siblings need to learn about taking responsibility for their own fucking actions.
Yeah.
Or did you miss that bit when they're at home having dinner with their mother?
I think no, I'm
And they blame him for them going to see him on Christmas.
yeah. I mean, again, in fairness, they are teenagers.
Stupid teenagers.
Yeah.
We were never that stupid, right?
Of course we were. But then again, our mother were outright abusive, so we had to learn to lie, and we also had that guy who, was that guy.
Yeah.
So
That shithead?
yeah. So for us, lying was more of a survival thing.
And we were fairly low energy even as teenagers.
Yeah. We used to play outside when we were kids, though. But then our mother ruined that. But we're not doing overshare hours today.
No, we're not. You're getting distracted again.
But we'll talk about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes. He fought a fisherman.
Yeah. Mako was always my favorite of the gimmick characters. I like him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He did choose a bad time for Ramadan, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. The one of those interesting 4Kids changes is that in the Japanese version, his dad is dead, and he's like, yeah, my dad's dead. But in the 4Kids version, he's just missing, and he wants the boat so he can find him. It's like, dude, if your dad's been missing at sea that long, he's dead.
He doesn't understand that death exists and is sad. You're
Yeah.
allowed to tell children that death exists and is sad.
Yeah, I think the longest somebody has survived at sea is about 155 days.
About that. I think there was some fuckers from a whaling boat who survived a few months, but they found an island for a little bit.
Yeah, and also they were eating each other.
And they were eating each other.
Yeah.
They decimated the wildlife on an island, and then they ate each other.
Yep.
Fun vacation all around.
Of course. And then somebody wrote Moby Dick about it.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. But Mako. So I don't know.
Well, I noticed. I started the 4Kids stuff, and then got annoyed with it.
Yeah.
His friends are actually more supportive of him, of Joey, in the Japanese dub.
Yeah,
I'm really amazed you won. Good job.
Cause
Instead of, how long is he going to glow?
Yeah, cause in the four Kids, Joey is more of a straight up just a comedy character.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Whereas in the Japanese, he's the best friend character, and the best friend character is one of the main protagonists in the shonen series. So. Though,
I did appreciate that in the Japanese he was actually even a little amazed himself that he won.
Yeah.
Like, I have skills.
It's like, holy crap, I don't suck. what's his name? Back to Mako. His last name, them giving him the last name Tsunami. So at the time you don't think much about it, but now thinking about it, it's like that's maybe considering how his dad died, and also here's a fun little note. I think he's supposed to be Ainu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because basically in anime, if you see a character with long hair wearing a colorful headband, they're almost always intended to be Ainu or have some connection to Ainu. And Ainu are like some groups of Ainu were historically fishers, so that's it. Cool.
I mean,
and I also came up with
representation.
And I have a theory that the reason he doesn't make it to the finals is because his strategy of just waiting for people to come to him just takes too long. So he just ran out of time because there's a 2-day time limit. Because the dub doesn't mention that it's a 2-day time limit. It gives you the impression that it'll just keep going, but the Japanese makes it pretty clear. It makes it clear that it's 2 days and then they go to the castle.
Mhm. Yes, and nobody thought to bring food.
No.
Everybody assumed that this,
the rich guy,
widely publicized and professional event would be catered.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense that the guy bringing children to his island are going to will feed them.
Mm-hmm. He certainly has the money for it.
Yeah.
Him and his fucking castle.
Yeah, I don't see how having them forage for their own food is going to teach them anything about dueling.
Maybe they expected them to go back to the ship, but the ship is gone.
Yeah. I think he didn't care. He threw it together because it's kind of a slapdash thing that he threw together at the last minute as a ruse, which is why he just didn't get into those kinds of details.
Oh, some people are dying of starvation and dehydration on my island paradise?
It's like, oh, it's only 2 days. They're not gonna die. It's like nobody's gonna die in 2 days.
They might.
Yeah, maybe they've got like diabetes or something. Well, why did I?
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm trying to go to Limsa.
And is there like no security to make sure nobody jumps anybody else and just fucking straight out steals their stars? Or are they on the honor system?
The next episode, they do have. He is monitoring the whole island. I think if somebody does that, then they will be disqualified. Unless that it's somebody who's working for him, but even then they still will duel them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I think it depends.
I'm more concerned about the possible grievous bodily injury, but yeah, cheating, that's bad too.
Oh, but wait, but no, yes, actually no, there isn't security, because that's how Bandit Keith gets to the finals. By beating up his cronies.
Of course.
Yeah.
The American.
Yes. Well, I mean, Pegasus is also an American.
Yeah, he really should have expected that.
Yeah. Well, he didn't invite Keith. Keith snuck on. Same way. Yeah. I'll do
I
this.
couldn't win my way onto this super secret card game tournament.
Well, I mean, it seems like it was mostly just open to people who placed in the recent Japanese tournament. Because they keep saying, it's like, oh, you won the Japanese regional tournament, or you came in second, or you came in third, so.
And nobody thought it was a little bit sus that this, American was hosting specifically the winners of Japanese tournament?
Well, the big thing had just concluded, and he was there to deliver the prize, so no, probably not.
No survival skills at all in this anime.
I mean, he's runs the company that makes the
cards.
cards.
Fun anyway, because Solo his grandpa.
Yeah.
But
he runs the company that makes the cards. I think that he can do these. I think that maybe the assumption was that he was going to host it for other ones as well.
Yeah.
And he probably would have, or maybe he didn't. But you know.
Yeah.
Like if it made money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mako was cool.
Yeah,
The
Mako's
show
cool.
was still silly and dumb.
I love it.
And it gets worse the longer you think about the logistics of it, so don't do that.
Yeah, don't. It gets better in Battle City. Because it starts using the actual mechanics of the card game, and it's Kaiba plans his tournament out a little bit better, and it's in a city so people can get food.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also Kaiba is hosting it, so
Yeah.
he's smart.
Yeah, like he did. His was not an elaborate ruse thrown together at the last minute to steal an ancient Egyptian artifact from a small schoolboy.
Yes, because he is not that sort of dramatic.
No, I mean he did he did throw it together to get something, but he was going to win them fairly. Cause
Yeah, he does do that, doesn't he? He always
Yeah.
tries to win fairly.
yeah, that's like one of the reasons why he's actually a cool character, is that he's not a
He has rules.
yeah, is that he wants to win the card. He wants to win the game by the rules of the game.
Instead of cheating with magical Egyptian devices.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll, like, steal your grandpa's card, but he'll make it look fair.
yeah. He'll get you the idea. He'll give you the chance to duel him for it, to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he already ripped it up.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was before Yugi mind crushed him to make all of his evil go out. Now he's just asshole.
Yeah. You can get rid of the evil, but Kaiba will always be Kaiba.
Yeah.
Are we done with the anime talk?
I guess we are.
Yay! General topic.
Alright, you got one for us?
I do.
Ooh.
Yeah. I actually stay mostly on point. Ha ha ha.
Haha.
Are you replying to my phone? You guys know this?
Yes. You fucker. Noah says hi.
Hi, Noah.
So, we're going to talk about demons,
The
which is
demons.
one of my favorite things to talk
Oh,
about.
you mean like
like Philip Pullman, not like demons.
patron spirits, sort of, or like
Sort of.
representative.
Animal companions that represent the essence of a person is once they set.
Yeah,
Like you shift in childhood and once you grow up, yeah.
Okay.
So, my topic is settling itself. Would that actually happen if demons were real? Because people are capable of change throughout their lives.
Yeah.
So, would it be like
Yeah,
they do
because
settle, but it's not like permanent?
like
They can work.
maybe they're like Pokemon and they can evolve.
I don't think that's how animals work.
Some do. Bugs do.
Bugs, which, like, realistically speaking, if demons were real, most of them would settle as bugs.
Yeah.
Because beetles are the most common life form on Earth.
Yeah, because God is a 10-year-old Japanese boy.
Yes.
Yes.
Beetles, bugs, and fish.
Yeah.
But we're humans and we mostly relate to mammals, so that's what they mostly settle.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that if mine would have been a cat when I was a kid and would still be a cat as an adult.
Are you the same person you were when you were a kid?
No, but cats are very variable creatures. Like, my two
Maybe-
cats have extremely different personalities.
Yeah. I think, like, under certain circumstances, they would change,
Yeah.
especially after, like, major trauma or, like, in-depth work hard.
Or, like,
kind of thing.
a massive head injury that leads to a personality change, which is a thing that can happen.
Yeah. Like, that'd be the most common, but it's also, like, just in general, you grow as a person and you change.
Yeah.
And maybe you stay within the same general, like, species, overarching species. Like, if you're a big cat, you'll stay a big cat, but go from, like, a cheetah to a leopard or something.
Maybe. Or like if
If you're a dog, you go from a poodle to a boxer.
or maybe, yeah, maybe you start as like I don't know, just like something very, cause cats is a very, very broad subject. So it probably would just turn to something, it would have to be like some specific, very broad category of animal. Or it could just be like Digimon and change it to different things based on your personality and how you act and how you treat it.
Yeah. I'm mostly of an opinion if something like that existed, they'd stay within the same general, like, mustelid or
Yeah.
raptor or something like that.
Yeah.
But they'd still be able to change, you know?
Yeah, like somebody could, if they started as like a hawk, could maybe turn into an eagle, but probably wouldn't turn into a sparrow.
Yeah. Or you definitely wouldn't go from a hawk to a fish.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be like, there's certain traits about a person that don't change. Like,
Yeah, like the stuff based on your
I've always been
on
fairly low energy and shy.
yeah, like
I'm-
cause there's like 3 basic temperaments that are just kind of like the basic template of your personality, and then everything kind of builds from there. So, like, people who are of a feisty temperament would be more likely have like a predator type animal, somebody who's
Not necessarily, herbivores are more often aggressive than predators.
you know, that's a good point. The point being that there'd be more likely, you know, more aggressive, not like more aggressive, but like more, what's the word?
Ruthless?
No, more likely to, you know, go out and do stuff. To like be more goal oriented. Yes, more proactive.
Yeah.
Whereas people who are shyer would be more like would be probably the herbivore, because they'd be more of the defensive types. Like, cause they can be aggressive, but they're aggressive defensively. You know.
Yeah.
And then flexible people would be omnivores, and since flexible is the most common temperament type, then they would also be the most common. Omnivores would be the most daemons would be omnivores.
Yeah.
Like, you would probably have an herbivore, and then feisty is the rarest. So seeing a straight up carnivore's demon would be fairly rare.
Well, I've mostly settled on hedgehogs
Yeah.
recently. And they're insectivores. And also they hibernate.
Oh, do
And
they?
European hedgehogs will eat their babies if they can't find any other food.
Oh, well, you know. If mom's
You
got.
gotta be practical, you can always have more kids.
It's like, mom's gotta eat. It's like, if I starve to death, I can't make more babies. Like, who's gonna nurse you if I'm dead?
Yeah, so.
So yeah,
I
there's
know I've never actually talked about demons on this channel before, but they're one of my favorite things, so I
Yeah.
will be bringing them up again.
Oh yeah. Charlie likes to randomly start asking people about them, regardless of whether that other person is also interested in demons, or like was interested in them for one or two conversations. But after a while, I was like, I'm just gonna tell you the same thing I always told you. My demon would be a cat, probably a black cat, maybe a tuxie. Kind of depends on my mood.
Hyperfocus is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. ADHD is fun.
Not to the people around you.
ADHD is fun.
But yeah, I think if demons existed, they'd have a limited ability to change in adulthood.
Yeah.
They would not start settling at fucking puberty.
No. They would start to well, I mean they might, and they'd start to, their general genus would start to settle in puberty. When the personality starts to, or actually no, the personality starts to form about 3 or 4. So it would start to drift towards a certain genus around there. But it would also, because you're born with, your temperament is something you're born with. So if you have twins who look exactly alike, but one of them is flexible, well, one of them is shy and the other one is outgoing, that's 2 different temperaments, so they would not be considered identical. So you probably start with when you're born, your little baby demon would be one of 3 different types of things, and then it would go from there, and as your personality develops, it would start about 3 or 4, it would start to form into, as a sort of genus, and maybe it would even follow an evolutionary track. So when your personality, it would be an older version of the animal that's maybe gone extinct because it's evolved into something else since then. And then as you get to adulthood, then you would get to looking a bit more modern. Or maybe they would all be fairly, it would end up being kind of modern to whenever humans started developing their demons, or when demons latched onto humans, or however that worked. Whatever it looked like 1,000, 2,000 years ago, or whenever that happened.
Yes. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Just like nobody knows when humans actually started developing consciousness.
Yeah. So if somebody's demon is going to eventually settle as a mountain lion, then maybe when they're a teenager it would be a saber-toothed tiger.
That would be neat.
Or if it was going to settle...
The flaw in that is that we don't actually know how extinct animals far enough back.
Yeah, but just...
Right? But you actually gotta go looking for that.
Yeah, but you get the gist of what I'm...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Or somebody who's an elephant might have been a mammoth when they were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna say,
it also means
it's more
that
likely to happen when you're...
Yeah, but it also means that
older?
if you settle as with a reptile, it probably won't change much when you're older. So people who are grow up in fairly stable environments where they're not likely to undergo any much trauma would probably more likely get a reptile one, since there's not much, since turtles have pretty much been turtles for about a million years. So
turtles and certain species of bugs.
Yeah. But I kind of
cool if demons were plants.
Yeah, but I kind of like
plants don't have personality.
Yeah, kind of like the idea of them being Digimon, where they don't actually look like they have shared traits with the actual animals, but they change based on how you treat it and how your life goes and all that kind of stuff. How Digimon will digivolve into various things based on how you raise them.
Yeah. I like the idea that when you're born, it starts out as a sort of blob.
Yeah.
And then it's more distinct as you get older, and when you're like 3 or 4, it's like mostly like, hey, that's an animal.
Yeah.
Can't really tell what it is, but it's an animal. Good job.
Sure is.
Live, Timmy.
Hooray.
Like, around puberty would be when it starts narrowing down what it's gonna settle as.
Yeah.
So like musculid or raptor or like whatever.
Yeah. Or a mollusk.
Then usually around 20 to 25 is when they stop, because that's when your brain stops developing.
Yeah. I think he probably just had him at that age just because that was the age group he was aiming for the
Yeah,
audience.
and also like severe traumatic events can make you grow up faster.
Yeah.
And like kids back then did grow up a little faster because they had to anyways.
Yeah.
Like Lyra's world was set in like the 30s to 50s. It's not very clear.
Like 1930s or just like the two-digit years?
1930s. It's
Okay.
like they have ambulances, but also horse-drawn shit.
Ah.
Yeah.
I think the first ambulances were horse-drawn.
Yeah. The Pete had a motor.
Yeah.
He was very descriptive.
Ah.
Not very clear. We need to come up with a different name for the water folk.
Mer
Use a slur.
people.
The folks that lived on the river boats.
Yeah.
And somehow all had hawk demons in the show.
Dude. Oh.
Even though they're very heavily associated with both water and horses. So like fish or amphibians or fucking horses would make more sense.
Yeah,
For today.
there are raptors who live around the who eat fish,
Yeah,
like eagles.
fish eaters.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
the kids' demon just settled that it's a generic hawk that is not known to eat fish.
Maybe they don't like fish.
It'd be a major staple of their diet since
Yeah.
they live mostly on the river.
Yeah.
So, best and worst of the week, and since you're the only one here, you get both.
Should we just ask each other?
Sure. What is the best concept you ever read about as a kid?
As a kid, morphing.
Yeah. Morphing?
Yeah.
Like Animorphs?
Animorphs.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to
And
morph.
some body horror shit? Yeah, awesome shit.
I wanted to be able to morph into a male human.
Sane.
Yeah.
Super sane.
Yeah.
Or like a cat. You just stay there. Right?
Yeah. Oh, like, and I've been rereading Animorphs, and I was reading, and like Tobias's behavior throughout the invasion is like, oh, yeah, I definitely see where those trans headcanons are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah. But so yeah, all about that morphing. Alright. How about, okay, so for you, what is the worst execution of a good idea you've ever seen?
Oh fuck. It was a fuck, I don't know. Usually if something's not like catching me fast enough, I'll just stop watching and I don't even get into whatever the idea is.
Yeah.
So, but there is this movie, I can't even remember what the concept was, but I was thinking, hey, that's actually kind of pretty cool when you think about it. How did you get it so wrong?
Do you remember anything else that happened in that movie? Maybe.
Okay, you know what's a cool concept?
What?
A bunch of teenagers get stuck in a school and shut out into another universe and develop superpowers.
Yeah, that's a cool
and
concept.
yet somehow it's boring as fuck.
That's because it's incredibly pretentious and navel-gazy.
Yeah.
I don't think
Sunny
it's
boys,
boring.
Sunny boys forced.
Yeah, I don't think it's boring because I find it engaging, but it's fun to think about. But yeah, I can see how.
Yeah. I don't like it because I want them to focus more on the superpower thing, but that's not really what they're going for.
That's not what they're interested in.
Superpowers are a tool, not really a...
Yeah, it's just there as a narrative device.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's plenty of
And my fantasy-loving heart says, fuck that, show me Pumbaa.
there's plenty of anime you could watch about superpowers, like My Hero Academia. Just kidding. Go watch My Hero Academia.
Women or children or both.
Well, My Hero Academia doesn't despise women or children or both, but it's one of those ones. Yeah, Mineta sucks, but it's like there's a post on Tumblr was saying that that Boku no Hero, that My Hero Academia is the Japanese Harry Potter, and then later they're saying they were talking about the fan base, not the content, but like no, with the content that tracks because they're both stories about outsiders who come in and they have to deal with like discrimination and they're faced with like all these problems with their society, and then but ultimately it's all about maintaining the status quo instead of challenging it.
Yeah. Only difference really is that Deku's mom loves him.
Yeah.
And he knew about it going in.
Yeah. That's
he
one
didn't
of
really have powers, but he knew about it.
Yeah. But I think
Also, Mineta.
Yeah, Mineta sucks.
Yeah, most of the characters in fucking Harry Potter are fairly consistent.
Yeah, there are a few sucky characters.
And then in My Hero Academia, most of them are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you have Mineta.
And then you have Mineta, who is a dark spot on an otherwise, well, I was gonna say an otherwise good series, but it was a good series. But you know, I think my next thing is going to be an article about my current feelings about My Hero Academia, because they're mixed, and I'm still reading it, but I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much in my brain. It's now currently what's the word? Occupying the same space as Bleach. It's something that started out good and has since turned to crap.
Yeah, My Hero Academia had its issues that put me off from the beginning, but I could get why people liked it.
Yeah, like I
It
started.
was a lot of fun, but then you had Big Titty Bondage Lady.
Yeah,
and
like
Mineta, and the kid who had to wear barely any clothes because she pulled shit out of her skin.
yeah. But there's my big warning bell started going off when they gave Endeavor a what's the word?
Tell me they did not try to redeem him.
Yes, they gave him a redemption arc that he didn't earn and that I don't think worked. And yeah, and that was bad.
Shitty father is shitty father.
Yeah. And that sucked. And then they had a year-long war thing that dragged on, and they did kill Big Titty Bondage Lady. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it happened.
I mean, she was decent. She was
a good character. She just like
dialed
that.
back the sexual harassment and put on some clothes.
Yeah. But then basically, yeah. But the nail in the coffin was when Todoroki's parents were like, yes, our 15-year-old son is going to save our family that you ruined, and this is a good thing.
I mean, good on him for working through his trauma.
Yeah.
But also he's 15!
Yeah, like they decided that they said that Shoto's going to be their family's hero, and the framing is that this is a good thing, but it's not. It's a bad thing. He's not the child's fault to fix the family that the father ruined. But yeah, like
I pray for a giant asteroid.
yes.
Which in turn triggers chain volcanoes and massive earthquakes.
Yeah, so I'm no longer a fan of My Hero Academia, but I'm still reading it because I jumped off of Bleach when it started going bad, and I kind of regretted it. I was like, I would have liked to stay with it and just to see how bad it got. So I'm staying with My Hero Academia just to see how bad it gets, and it's getting pretty bad. Like, they just did like 5 or 10 chapters in a row that's just people telling Deku how he's great and they love him and support him forever, and he doesn't need to be his messiah complex doesn't need to kill him and all that kind of shit. And it's like, yeah, that's great and it's a nice sentiment, but you don't need 10 chapters of that.
Yeah. I'm so happy to say I have none of those in my life.
Yeah.
If something is starting to piss me off, I just stop reading.
Yeah. Like, I'm not expecting to enjoy it again, but I just want to stay along with the ride and watch it burn down, watch it burn itself down.
Yeah. You know, I used to like One Piece.
I still like One Piece.
And then after the time skip, they just dialed up the fucking Sanji horiness 1,000%.
Oh, that was just for one arc. He's toned down a lot. He's gone back to how he was before.
Yeah, well, he wasn't that great before.
No, but he's also he had an arc for his character development, and yeah, and there's also like a year or so where he was just gone. Yeah,
everybody.
That
the men
too.
got giant titties. The women got giant titties. The children got giant titties.
Well, they've
Okay, the children don't have giant titties.
the current arc has at least 2 transgender characters that are fairly explicitly transgender. One of them's a trans woman, the other's a trans man.
So what you're saying is I could skip the Sanji perkness, miss very little, and possibly enjoy it again?
Yes. For me, the low part of One Piece was Dressrosa, just because I think it went on too long. But and they gave I got tired of all the backstories for all the random characters on Doflamingo's side. I like Senor Pink especially. I cannot stand him. He is such a disgusting character. He's basically
That's the baby man.
He is who Mineta wants to be. And
Here's the thing. If they're not going to be long-term recurring characters, we don't give a shit about their backstory.
no.
Refer to it vaguely, give us a 2-minute spiel, or just don't fucking tell us we don't care.
Yeah. So anyway.
I was expecting to bring those assholes back. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to check when. I wonder if I should mark the chapter when we start ranting about shonen manga, or if I should just keep that in the best and worst of the week.
Maybe it's separate.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's save some of this for next time, shall we?
Yeah. Let's
Alright. Plug your bits.
plug my bits.
Don't plug your bits. Plug your shit.
Plug my shit. All right. What do I want to plug this week? Hold on. Let me 56. I think it's 58:25. Sorry, I'm trying to put the timestamp. Oh, that's actually. What do I want to plug this? I've been playing a lot of mobile games this week because I was at work for too long. So I think I'm going to plug Happy Color.
Yeah.
It's the coloring app that I use, and I haven't been playing it much the last few days, but I do get into it for a long time, and then I'll play it for a long time, and it's very nice. And if you follow me on TikTok, you can watch me put animations on there of it sometimes.
Yeah.
To random music.
The pop-up ads are annoying. But
Yeah.
the coloring itself is
Oh, I paid for the no ads. Whoops.
Fuck you.
It was like $1.
I don't have $1.
Yeah. But And I got real scared because when they introduced the rare category, because it's something that kind of turned me on other coloring apps, is when you would touch one and then it would fill into half the freaking page. It's like, I wanted to color it. Why are you coloring it for me? And I was a little bit worried that rare was good, that the rare category was going to do that in happy color, but it didn't. It mostly just, like, sometimes there's some of those, but usually it's like very small, close together stuff. Mostly it's just to like give little effects or stuff like that. So it's, you still get all the joy of coloring,
and the painting effect is very pretty. It's very swooshy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to plug beating the ever-loving shit out of any Nazi you happen to meet.
Yes, punch
and also
Nazis.
not being a Nazi. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Sorry, I watched the Holocaust documentary. And
Oh, yeah, I watched, have you watched, I think James Somerton's video about, bonus plug, James Somerton's video about, gays in the Holocaust. It was a good one. Don't watch it if you're feeling emotionally vulnerable.
No, this one was about a couple of photo albums they found shortly after, the war. One of them was of the officers and people who worked at Auschwitz, and the other was victims of Auschwitz and coming off the train.
Yeah.
And it was. Don't be a Nazi, beat the shit out of Nazis.
Yeah.
Place where you can find.
Promote. You can find here, twitch.tv/Ryotr, RHLOTR. You will actually find me here tonight, because Thursday I do Late Night Locho. I do not work tonight, which is why we're doing this right now. So after this I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to stream some Star Wars for a little bit, and then I'll take another break, and then I will stream Late Night Locho for probably an hour or two, and then, but not for too long, because I want to get up in the morning and do some cleaning before it gets too hot, because Charlie, he's going to be here in person next week.
You can find me occasionally on Tumblr at MagicLikeACharlie, occasionally on TikTok at EC Paulson. I'm not anywhere for very long or very
Regularly,
active, but I'm places.
Yeah.
I'm like one of them small things you gotta track down.
Yeah.
He's very shy. So, and also if you want to check out that documentary, brace yourself first, because it's infuriating.
Yeah, I'll put a link.
Poor people, terrible, awful, horrible people, and they still exist. But it's, just look for the Auschwitz album and you'll find it.
I'll put the link in the description of the video for your plug.
Yeah. That's not really a plug, it's just inform yourself.
But that's more, but it's going to be something that I can link to. I can't really link to punch Nazis. I guess I could link to a gift of Jordan Peterson getting punched. Wait, is that who that was? No, it was Richard Spencer. Richard Spencer getting punched.
Richard Spencer. Yeah.
I wish I could, I had a gif of Jordan Peterson getting punched.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it for this week. I'm sleepy. Thank you for joining us. I hope you all take care. I'm so proud of us for being so active when it's just us two.
I know, we talked for over an hour. That's the normal length for one of these video talks.
Yeah. We did it. We didn't just sit in awkward silence